So tell us what cystic fibrosis is.
Cystic fibrosis is an inherited genetic disorder. There's a mutation in your gene that causes thick, sticky mucus to build up, particularly in your lungs and in your gut. So in the lungs, it causes a lot of infections and eventually breaks down the function of the lung. In the gut, it obstructs the enzymes being released from the pancreas, so you can't digest your food.
And how many people are affected by this?
Every year there's 1,000 new cases.
What are some of the major concerns with it?
Well, it's fatal. It breaks down your lungs to the point where they don't work anymore.
Okay. Is there a cure?
No, not right now.
Okay. And so tell us how it affects Viv currently.
Right now, Viv is good. She has to get her throat cultured periodically, like every 2 or 3 months right now, to see if she's growing anything that needs to be treated. Basically her lungs, the sticky mucus in there is like a Venus flytrap. Whatever is out there, she'll get it. She'll get stuff that we don't get. Her body can't get rid of it. It'll cause inflammation, and she's just more likely to kind of always be fighting infections. So right now she hasn't had anything, thank goodness, but we do percussion every day to break up the mucus in her chest. Not so much because she can't breathe from it, but just to keep it from being such a hotbed for germs to hang out and fester. So a lot of beating on the chest and the back. Ever since she was 9 days old, she has had to take enzymes with every single feeding. So we have capsules we break up. We call them her power beads. She takes them with like applesauce or whatever, and then she's good to eat. But without those, and when they're not dosed right, it causes a lot of discomfort.
So how will it affect her as she gets older?
As she gets older, her regimen is going to be a lot more involved. She's going to have to start doing nebulizer treatments with her percussion. My understanding is it's like at least 2 hours a day, but sometimes more, especially when she's more sick. Well, when she has an infection. A lot of the infections for these kids, they have to have IV antibiotics to treat them. They inhale a lot of the antibiotics as well. So there's just going to be a lot of maintenance associated, a lot of maintenance to maintain her health. We are told she'll be able to play sports and just have a really regular childhood outside of that, but when she's sick, it's going to be bad.
Okay. So what can people do to help?
Donate to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, spread awareness. They have done amazing things. I can't say enough. There's so many aspects outside of just finding a cure that they've helped us with. They have established it's an accredited CF center that we go to here in Denver, and they're all over the country, and it's just like the best care, top notch, from how to approach a very basic little infection to big time research. Yeah, and just the best standard of care. So they're very organized in that regard. There's different aspects that you don't think about financially. What a drain. So they've done so much lobbying in Washington, and we have her on Medicaid. So that's amazing, because otherwise we would be spending thousands upon thousands of dollars for her meds and her treatments and eventually the vibrating vest that she'll wear.
So how has this affected you as a mother?
Man, it's rough. Well, it's affected me in a lot of ways. For starters, they really encouraged us before we left the hospital to consider staying home with her and taking care of her, because that would minimize her exposure to other kids' germs, like in daycare and stuff. So I quit my job and I stayed home with her. It's really scary. Being a new parent is really hard. You're always worried about stuff, but taking care of her has been intense. And it's a lot of work. We have to add salt to her milk, formula to her milk, vitamins to her milk, like the breast milk formula. It adds calories to add formula to your breast milk, sorry. It's very, very important since she has trouble absorbing her nutrients and everything. She has to, now that she's having solid food, we add butter and fat and like all kinds of stuff to her diet. So keeping track of that is a lot. So there's just like a lot of, I can't like just be like, oh, today we're gonna do this because I feel like it. It's like everything is around her regimen because it's so important for her to not miss any meals because gaining weight is a big deal for these kids. And so there's a lot of pressure on me to take care of her as a new mom, but just to make sure that she gets everything she needs, like nutrition-wise. And that's just a challenge for any regular mom, let alone when you have all this extra stuff that has to go into it.
Is there anything you would like to just share with people, to any kind of final parting thoughts?
Yes. Look at this face. She's so sweet. She's just like any normal kid. I don't refer to her as being sick. I don't like that because she is healthy. We have to maintain her health. That's what's most important. And another reason to donate is not only has the quality of their lives changed, they don't live in the hospital like they used to, these kids. They're getting to graduate high school, college, and start families of their own, which has changed dramatically in the last 20 years. They weren't living into adulthood. So the treatments are better. I know that they're doing research right now that actually would help us for what her mutation is. And it's amazing. I'm so thankful because it would be great to not have this worry, but and to know that she will stay healthy. But until there's a cure and all these families don't have to deal with this anymore, this is going to be our cause for the rest of our lives. So just please help us out. Spread the word.